Awesome. And if you are on here, please make sure that you are muted. There is a lot of background interference that makes it really tough for people to hear. There's a lot. I see a few people with their mics still on. So just make sure that you shut it off for us so everyone can hear well. Teresa, if you could grab those couple, because I think that one is still kind of making noise in the background.
Got it.
All right. Okay. Much better. Okay. So we are super excited. So we've been doing some brainstorming and some thinking today. And some planning for how this would kind of all round out. When we created this and when we did kind of like the itinerary for the 12 weeks, our plan all along, we realized the last Wednesday that we would, the last Wednesday of July, we would actually be at SFR. So we are super excited, which was part of why one of our requirements was for you guys to attend SFR, whether it was virtual or in person. So we have been doing some planning and we want to make sure that you guys work into your SFR itinerary, your personal planning when you're scheduling things, that we will be doing a graduation ceremony at noon on Saturday. Okay. Location is to be determined. We're still working on that, but we do know that we are going to do it at noon on Saturday at SFR. If you're attending virtually, which I know some of you guys are, we will be also going live. And then your certificate or whatever, we'll get to you whether virtually or through the mail, whatever we decide to do. So that is happening on the Saturday that we are at SFR. We haven't officially decided if we will be able to do a Zoom on that last Wednesday of July. We'll still be planning that out. We will let you guys know with plenty of time because I think most of us will be at SFR and we will have our leadership dinner that night for directors and above. So wait for that. But we do have Zoom scheduled for the rest of until that last Wednesday of July. So make sure that you're scheduling to be on or carving out, we try to keep it between a half hour and an hour at the very most. So carving out a half hour, whether you're in your car on your way to work or whatever it is, that you can listen in. Again, our requirement for graduation was participation. So in order to get your certificate, the sound is bad, Emily. Is the sound bad?
No, I hear you fine.
Is it sound bad?
No, I hear you fine, clear.
No. Emily, I wonder if it's your phone. I don't know. But okay. But in order to get your certificate, it is just requirement only. It is just participation only. So make sure that you are attending and watching the Zooms so that you are able to get your surprise. We have some other things going on that we can't tell you, but whatever it could be that we have scheduled for our graduation. But put it on your calendar, Saturday at noon. So today we are talking about Buddy Bonanza. The Buddy Bonanza, like ways to utilize that, doing buddy drives. I know our Scentsy team, and I know probably most of your guys's are doing a buddy drive in July. So a Christmas in July. We always do ours in October and November every year, and we drop the buddies off a couple weeks before Christmas at our Dayton Children's Hospital, which is our local children's hospital. It is really cool because they utilize those buddies for a number of different things. But it's really fun because within our community, because unfortunately we have people whose kids end up at that hospital. And I know I ran into a couple people whose kids have received a buddy at the hospital. And it's really cool. It's one of those things that in that moment that I know my kids love surprises. Anytime I can set up a surprise for them, they're thrilled and it makes their whole day. So it's just, it's in that moment that might be a tough day and I do hear something. I do hear some sort of sound interference. If we could mute them, that might be partially why the sound's bad because there's still a couple mics on. I think it's Wendy and Allison. So it's a really, really cool thing. It's a really great way to grow your PRV, to grow your customer base, and to put a really good light on your business. And the effort of all of this is to help you guys grow your businesses between now and when our next incentive starts. We want to get you guys on as many incentives as many of you guys as possible on the incentive as we can next year. So all of this is in an effort to help you guys come August 1st when we start earning our next free trip. So I wanted my personal team, my personal community's organizer of all of our buddy drives. She is an RN at one of our local hospitals, and she's getting nervous. I can see her face. I love it when I make her nervous. And she organizes all of ours for us. She kills it every single year. And when I say kills it, I mean donates hundreds of buddies every single year personally with her personal business, and she always sets it up for us. So I wanted her to come on and tell us a little bit about how she sets those up for those of you that might want to do it in your local community. Because I know our Cincy community is spread all throughout the country. So we have a few we have a few that go on throughout the country. So maybe you're not local to Teresa, Anna, or myself, and you want to set up your own buddy drive. Emily is going to come on and she is going to explain how to do that, how to start that conversation, and also some of the conversations and things that she's doing to help her come up with so many donations within the buddy drive. So without further ado, I would like to introduce one of my personal frontline directors, Emily Cheatham, and she is going to give us all of her buddy drive. And she just told her child to be quiet, I think. So she is a mama, so be patient with her also, just like we all are, because we all understand. And she is going to unmute and give us all of her buddy drive information because it is phenomenal and you want to hear it. So the floor is yours, Emily.
Hi guys, I'm Emily, and Rachel has invited me to talk about buddy drives. So this is something I am super duper passionate about. My favorite things that I do in this business, and I love it because it gives you to give back to your community, community or organization you want. Children's Hospital was a convenient pick, and they have been super with, especially during the holiday. So when I initially with them, I reached out to their child life specialist on their website, just Googling. I personal contact. I did not have thing that was able to go off of. I started from scratch. We went inside, and this was actually initiated when COVID started. So I would establish a contact, and it ended up being coordinator. Everyone knows this, but that come in when your child is having a procedure, ones that come in when with your testing, anything like that. So was I not on?
Uh-oh. Emily, I think your service is bad.
That's what I was saying. You kept breaking up.
I think it's you. I think it's like every
Let
other
me see if I
word
can
we're
find a
catching.
different spot.
Yeah, I think it's like every
Yeah,
other
that's
word.
what I was getting with you, Rach.
That's what it is then. I'm like, I think everybody hears me fine. That's exactly what it is. Go by the router. I get it completely.
There?
I think so. We could hear some. It was just getting super choppy.
Okay. Child life, they work with your kids and distract them from, they need things to help distract them. So our perfect. They had stipulations with that though. They didn't want the scent packs because everyone have the scents. So we did a dual drive. The buddy came with scent packs, and those actually went for their bags, for their car, whatever it may be, to give back to them in the same way. Parents had the option to take the scent pack. We had a backup plan for how that was going. Can you guys hear me better?
It's definitely still choppy. It's a little bit better, but it's tough. It's still tough.
Right.
Are you on the Wi-Fi or on just the phone?
Try it.
Sometimes if I switch mine, either get off my Wi-Fi or on my Wi-Fi, it helps. Yeah, it says low bandwidth.
Yeah,
it's worse. It's way worse.
Try it off Wi-Fi.
Yeah, try that.
So starting from scratch, reaching out and not being so when you find someone you want to use. Someone else unmuted.
It's still, yeah, there's somebody that's unmuted, but it's still, oh wait, it might be a little bit better. I could see you blinking the way that you're supposed to now. Okay, they're muted now. Try again.
Okay. So sorry. But it was just reaching initial contact, a date and a location, and that is the date we set for our team. And so keeping that pretty strict, setting the concept for delivery times and making in, because dropped off one at a time. They want you to drop off in one big bulk order. It gives you the opportunity to show on social, say brag, but to show what you're doing and how you're making a difference in your. Rachel also asked me to who I ask for donations and how I get donations. So my husband and I are huge supporters of local businesses. We have a local diner, we local coffee shop, which is even, and places that I go first. I won't lie, I went to the car wash guy, handed me a $500 check, and I remember going, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't. So personable and reaching out to the community you support is part of this. I don't want to say you want to like say, hey, I support you, you support me, scratch yours, but that's ultimately doing. But you're offering it as a tax businesses. You telling them what you're doing, they are supporting, and to get a step further on each of the boxes, they placed a sticker that this study was donated by X business. So I told them that. My fire department, I have a lot of friends that are, I said, hey guys, I need your help. Huge donation, but I need your help. Ask friends and family on social media. My big bulk donations come from local businesses and not to be told no. You're not soliciting because you're going to place. You're not going to random businesses. You are going to places you support and building those authentic relationships. And that's what it comes down to. People are my customers. Those people are that allow me to set up warmers and participate in things. So I feel icky going and asking them. But drives changed a little bit during COVID, and it was a little harder. Are back to those post-COVID times, pre-COVID, I'm gonna call it, and taking $20 buddies is. I had made a flyer for tagging businesses who support. Yeah, tagging and supporting, absolutely. I do that as well. It's just about being authentic. That's what it comes down to. Being passionate and be told no. I've never actually had me no to a buddy drive because we're in there. So I urge you all to go this and ask one of businesses to donate. Do a flyer that breakdown. One buddy is a $20. Buddies is a $200. I know Nikki made a post that she's $200 from her buddy donation goal. Things you give a breakdown, and they are more likely to donate a lump sum. This $20 at a time. Always go in with that mindset. I do big numbers. I do one buddy, I do a $100 break, a $200 breakdown, $500 breakdown. Just big numbers I reach for. So I to go this week of the Buddy Bonanza got going on, in all of our fabulous buddies. Ask. Let me know what question. Hopefully that signal was better.
A little bit better. You could at least hear and understand. It's still choppy, but
I
better.
have no idea. Service issues. Usually it's you, Rachel.
I know. That's why I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. You understood all of it and got it all, so it's fine. The stickers, Heather, she creates stickers to label her boxes that have her information, but also say this buddy was donated by, and then you can fill in either the individual's name or the company's name or the organization's name. So you can put that on there to help also, it's just like she said, you scratch my back, I scratch your back thing. So you can also help market their businesses. They did give you the money. So if you put in there, like A&A Lawn Care, I totally made that up, but A&A Lawn Care or whatever, hopefully if that person received that buddy, if they want Scentsy, they come to you. And if they want lawn care, they think of A&A Lawn Care or whoever it is that I just made up. To hopefully, help them out too. And, if you can do that, then hopefully they're more likely to also donate the next year. So it's a really great idea to reach out to businesses, reach out to companies. It's okay, Jennifer. But reach out to businesses, reach out to companies to get those bigger buddy numbers, because I can't talk. Businesses need tax deductions, and you can provide them receipts where this is tax deductible. So remember that you can, utilize buddy drives for that when you're speaking of businesses, and just ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. If you're asking now in July, it's a great time to ask and get told no, because if you ask and they say no, not right now, which is what most people say. Most people don't say absolutely not, I'm not helping kids. Usually it's not right now. So if you say not right now, guess what? In October or November, when you're doing a buddy drive again, hopefully you can reach back out. And that is the moment when they realize that, oh crap, I need to find another $1,000 in deductions and I have a month left to do it. So now we are going to hand it over to Teresa. Teresa had some information to share about how she does her buddy drives also.
Yes, thank you. So I am so excited, and I'm very, very passionate about buddy drives. I've been doing buddy drives for maybe the past 7 years. And let me change the spotlight real quick. 1 second. Where are we at? Will it let me do this? I think so. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Did that work? Maybe not. It still shows. There. Okay. All right, we're good. Sorry, guys. So I've been doing buddy drives for the past 7+ years now. And at first I was kind of doing them by myself. And I realized when it comes to buddy drives, the more the merrier. It doesn't hurt my business or anyone else's business to have the whole entire group, participating, because it makes it a larger, exciting activity that you get to share with your community, with your customers, your family, and your friends. So I want to offer some tips, because when I walked into this, it was with a foster home, a home for children that are severely abused. And they were really excited about it because they in particularly use this to give buddies to children when they're ripped out of their homes, sometimes with nothing. They can give them a Scentsy buddy, and it's for them. We don't advertise it this way, but for the kids, it becomes therapeutic. And it's also, it's a sensory experience too, because it has the smell, the touch, the whole nine. And now that we have licensed products, like some of the older kids are just like, oh my gosh, we've got Nightmare Before Christmas, or we've got, whatever, Groot and stuff. So it really works out. But now that we've made it a group effort, it allows us to make sure that hundreds of kids are reached. So right now, we're currently, my group is doing a buddy drive for Our Lady of the Lake Hospital in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And then Rachel, which group are you guys doing? Which hospital did you mention?
We are doing Dayton Children's Hospital. So
Gotcha.
Dayton, Ohio.
Okay. And so we're going to have a call to action at the end of this. And so I'll mention that in a moment. And I'm not sure, I'll double check with Anna to see if her group is doing one, but either way, if Anna's not, I know she's doing a lot of traveling. I don't mind if you even jump on ours for Baton Rouge, or, Rachel might open up hers as well. We are also going to be sharing templates and flyers for our current buddy drives. But these are also generic flyers and templates in Canva that you can revise to suit your needs if you want to do your own buddy drive. We normally do buddy drives during the holiday season. As I mentioned to my team, it's normally when you go to Hobby Lobby, that's when you see like the Salvation Army during the Christmas season. You don't really see them in the hot summer doing it. So we really never thought outside of the box to say, hey, let's do this in the summer. However, with the Buddy Bonanza that we have going on, we can't not do a buddy drive. At $20 for these buddies that are like $40, $45, $35, to be able to get a quality product into these children's arms, and it's not just the children. What I found out, and I'll reiterate this because someone asked the question, who do we contact at the hospitals? And you would want to ask for the child life specialist. That's who I asked for in Baton Rouge. That's who they asked for in Dayton, Ohio. And I'm pretty sure that every hospital has something like that, right? And so I actually spoke with the coordinator because whenever I do a buddy drive, I want to interview the coordinator because I want to bring this drive to life. I do not have special needs children. I don't have children that have been hospitalized for a length of time. And if I'm backing something, I really need to be a part of this. And if our customers and our family and our friends want to contribute, they also need to enter the story. So when I was talking to the child life specialist, she said, Teresa, we love Scentsy Buddies. We even love Scentsy Buddy clips as well. And how we use them here, and they love, let me tell you this, they love lambs. And I feel so bad because I told Orville in Hawaii, I was like, please, can we get rid of Lenny the lamb? I was like, we've seen him year after year after year, and he got rid of him, and now I feel bad because there's a story behind this lamb. They like lambs, they like bunnies, they like cute little bears. And the reason why they like those is when they have a family, where the child is at near end of life, they take our Scentsy Buddies, like the cuddly ones that I just mentioned, and they do a voice record of the baby's heartbeat. Oh, I'm not going to get emotional. And they put that recorder in that zip pocket, and they provide the scent pack as well. So that way they have that scent memory, and they also have the recording of the baby's heartbeat. And they bless the family with the buddy, okay? She told me a story about a mom and dad who they lost their child in the hospital, and they gave them a buddy, and they don't know how, but the mom lost the buddy. And she was devastated. And her husband frantically called the hospital and said, I'll do anything to get that Scentsy Buddy, please. And so she contacted the Scentsy consultant. And of course, I feel so bad. It's probably Lenny the dang lamb. The buddy was retired. And so anyway, they made connections, made calls, and were able to find another consultant that had it. The husband said, I have the heartbeat on my phone, so I can get that back to a recorder, but I have to have this buddy for my wife. And it just made me emotional, and it brought me to tears, because if I can tell this story to my friends and my family and my customers, you see how that brings them in the story. It's not just a flyer that I'm posting saying, hey guys, we're doing a good thing. We're doing a buddy drive. We are making a difference. We are impacting lives. We are touching people's hearts forever. And so that just really, moved me. And there's more stories, but I shared that one story because whatever buddy drive you do, whether it's Ronald McDonald House or, it doesn't even have to be a big magnitude, whatever you do, find a story. If we haven't learned anything at SFR and leadership and director training and Cancun, is that this world loves stories. So if you can captivate your audience with a story, they're going to be more compelled to drop $20. As a matter of fact, when this one opened, I connected this hospital drive with a child named Amory, who's currently in the hospital. She's been on a ventilator for almost like 30 days. She's off now. But I shared Amarie's story with her mom's permission. And someone that the mom knew the next day while I was sleeping, and I'm gonna get to that in a moment, made a $300 purchase of Buddies. $300 is when I woke up to. I was like, holy moly. But her child was also hospitalized. So anyway, I share that because I want to also let you know that as you are marketing and sharing this Buddy Drive, make sure that you have a tracking system. I think Rachel might have mentioned that, or Emily. And the reason why I say that is because our customers, they also love a challenge, kind of like when we're going up to earn an incentive or top 100 or whatever, we go out there and our customers like, how close are you? You know, and it becomes a game to them. It becomes fun. Make this fun. So on a regular basis, whether it's once or twice a week, make sure either in your VIP group, your story, somewhere that you track and let them know, hey, we're making progress. Do you want to join us here and contribute? Because our next goal is X amount of buddies and we need your help. But I want to tell you how important it is that as you share everything, make sure it's short and sweet, because nobody wants to read a long novel. That's why these video stories are great. Make sure that you understand from a compliance standpoint that you cannot say, I want your financial donation, meaning they can pay $5 or $10. That's out of compliance. What is in compliance is they can purchase a buddy. You guys are on mute, please, because I'm
Russ.
who's unmuted. Allison. No, not Allison. I'm sorry. I keep calling Allison. Okay. It's not Allison. Sorry. So what I was saying was that you want to make sure that as you're sharing everything that you have, it's short and sweet, get to the point. Okay. And you also want to make sure from a compliance standpoint that your customers are purchasing the $20 buddy, and the $20 buddy that they're purchasing is what's being donated, because compliance wants to make sure that we are representing the company well and in a structured manner. Okay. So I wanted to clear that up. And the other thing is, one of the things that has helped me get donations, like literally I wake up in the morning and I have donations, because I have hyperlinks for Venmo, for Cash App, and for PayPal. And so if you go to all of those features, whatever your payment platforms are, and if you can offer multiple, I have way more than that, but I just offer the 3 and it works. But if they can just read the story or watch the story and click on the link either from your story or your post and make a donation, you've taken and removed the extra steps. Because if you just post it and then they have to message you to say, hey, how do I purchase this buddy that's not coming to me? What do I need to do? And then you go back and say, here's my information. Well, I can't find you. And then they don't want to donate anymore because you complicated it. Make it as simplistic as possible to where you're sleeping or you're on a plane or you're driving and donations are coming through because you have erased every question possible by giving them everything they need to make the decision to donate. Now, if you don't know how to find the hyperlink, we have our Build It Better group, and I will make sure in the guides that I share what I shared with my team, what a hyperlink looks like, what a non-link looks like, and also how you can find in all of those platforms, you know, your hyperlink. Okay. What else did I want to say very quickly? Because I know we're at the top, at the end. Create an event. Okay, so I've posted on my VIP page, I've posted on my timeline, I always post on my stories, but tonight I'm actually going to create a 2-week event. And we started our buddy drive a little bit earlier, and we're carrying it up until SFR because we have buddies that are going to be shared every Monday. And so I'm now going to create an event. So that way I can market to businesses and tell my friends and family, if you know lawyers, if you know real estate builders, if you know whoever, CPAs, your CPA, any restaurants, I want them to be able to have a place to invite folks that I might not be friends with, or they might not be in my VIP group. Okay. I'm also going to post this in my military spouses, networking group, because there's other people that might be compelled to donate to the hospital as well. But get out there and continue expanding your marketing presence. It's important to go live. Every time I go live, every single time I go live, I get a donation. I'm not even kidding. It might be hours later, but I get one. And sometimes it might be a donation. It might just be a PWS order that they wanted. That's fine. Also, we're making it fun. We're doing something different with a map of the United States. And so on our team page, we have this colorful map, and every time one of the team members gets a donation from a state that's not checked off, they comment, and then I post an update to say, oh my gosh, we've got 20 more states to go. Who knows someone in Hawaii or Alaska or South Carolina? And then we post that on our stories or with our friends, and it gets exciting. I had a director boot camp sister that said, oh, I got you from Oregon. I saw Oregon was open. See how this becomes fun? And, it's fun to donate. It's fun to support the communities. The other thing I wanted to say, I talked about the tracker, excitement and passion. Okay. If you just say, hey guys, my team's doing a buddy drive, it's $20, look at these cute buddies. That's not exciting. That's not captivating. That's not reeling me in. We actually did a Zoom. We did a Zoom call with a parent whose child was hospitalized. Currently, she's still hospitalized. And for my team, that helped them, connect the story. I mean, we were in tears by the end of the Zoom call, and we just hit the ground running. But we also made that Zoom available to our customers, and we also uploaded it to YouTube. So that way, if anyone wants to know more or they want to connect more, there's so much that you can do. This is just like doing a party online, home party or whatever. It involves, marketing, sharing, networking, and building relationships. And that's exactly what we're doing with this fundraiser. We're building relationships with the hospital. We're building relationships that we're allowed if we know somebody, that's connected to the cause. And I can tell you that with the hospital that we're doing, and also with Rachel's team, many of the leaders have already done the legwork. They've received permission. They've got marketing that we have got marketing that we've shared. It's just up to you to decide. And then there's benefits. This is the last thing I'm going to say, and we're going to end this puppy. But there are benefits because you're saying, oh, well, if I'm doing all this work and we're donating the product, what do I get out of it? Well, you know what? Many of us are trying to earn annual sales. Okay. Sometimes there's some months that might be slower than other months, and this buddy drive can fill the gap this summer. You also get rewards. Some of you are working towards Find Your Focus. Guess what? If you do events, go ahead and load up your free product credit from all these buddies with scent bars and scent pods, and you get, these beautiful chairs that Chuck just posted tonight. You can also use that free product credit to gift a consultant kit to somebody. There are mountains of opportunity, but the more important thing is we're supporting our community and we're giving more than we take. Okay, I think you guys can see that I'm passionate about buddy drives. I think you guys know that Emily's passionate about buddy drives. I want to ask in the chat real quickly, how many of you have put a number 1 if you're currently participating in a buddy drive, and drop a number 2 if you've never participated in a buddy drive. And don't be ashamed of the number 2s, because maybe you didn't know how to do it. Maybe you didn't know how to connect with one. But with these buddy drives that Rachel and I have open right now, this is an opportunity for you to learn all the ropes, ask all the questions, make mistakes. So that way, when the fall and the winter comes, you can do your own buddy drive, and maybe with yourself, or open it up to the group or the team. Okay. So I'm seeing some cues. Go ahead.
Well, and those of you that hit a 2, if you aren't local and maybe, you don't have one going on local to you, and, we only have a couple weeks left because we don't know how long this Buddy Bonanza is going to go on. Somebody asked in the comments, and I answered in the comments, but I wanted to say too, we don't know if they're going to extend it into July or not. I honestly would think so personally, but I don't want to tell you that and then be wrong. So we are doing ours through the end of June. So if maybe instead of, you could start doing the legwork to start one up for the fall, but maybe you don't have time to start your own right now. An option is too, you can participate in ours and not be local. So if you're wanting to sell buddies, say that you're, because I see Tammy comment. So say that you're in Washington, you guys don't have a buddy drive going there right now, and you would like to participate in either mine or Teresa's, you can input those buddies underneath of your PWS or through your workstation, and send them to Teresa or myself or anybody else that has one going on. Oh, I thought that was a different Tammy. Sorry, Tammy. I thought you were a different Tammy. But whoever it could be, you can send them to someone else that has a buddy drive going on. So I already made a post on Build It Better that is week 8, just detail, just it's just a catch-all. So that is where we could put the links, where we could put the flyers, the anything like that going on. So if you have a buddy drive going on, please drop it there, drop the information. We're all friends here, so if you're comfortable, which I know I will, I'll drop my address so that you all have my address. If you want to add to the Dayton one, Teresa will do the same for herself. If you want to add to ours so that you still get that peer review, you still get the marketing, but it is going to a good cause, feel free to send them our way or send them to Teresa or whatever else. Another thing is I did want to bring up, we have done in the past, so Everworld Tour, for anywhere that I am the site lead for, we always do a big drive there also. And this past year, we actually did a drive for a women's shelter. So a women's shelter is also a really great place to get into contact with buddies, with buddy clips. And then what else they really liked was our Bitty Buddies, because they are that calming, like squeezy thing. Do you know what I mean? Which is I can't think of any words, but you know what I mean? The thing where you can squeeze it when you have anxiety or whatever else. So we did that, and those went to a women's shelter, a women's and children's shelter, domestic violence shelter. Another option are, police stations and stress ball. That's the word. Are police stations and fire departments. That's another really great place that you can reach out to, that maybe you have a personal contact. Maybe your spouse is one or the other, or, your dad or your mom or somebody you're connected with, to make that conversation easy for you. Police stations and fire departments are a great place to also give donations, because they're seeing children in a time of need where a buddy would help them. So just think outside the box. Anybody that you think, CPS, children's services, social workers, all of those are places that can utilize this too. So think outside of the box. Maybe you don't want to maybe you don't have a children's hospital local to you, but all of those are places. You have a fire department, you have a police station, you have a CPS. I promise. Those are 3 things that I know for a fact, no matter how small of a town you live in, or how far out you are from a hospital, I know for a fact you have those 3 things. Regular hospitals also, if you don't have a children's hospital locally, burn units, burn hospitals, all of those are also things. So think outside the box. If you have absolutely, by some way, none of those, another great idea is schools. Schools also can utilize buddies, for moments like that too, because sometimes they find out about kids that are being, placed in foster care or things like that before anybody else does. So those are great places too. I just wanted an orphanage, which I don't even know if those exist anymore, but maybe, I don't know, they might. A home, I don't really know. Nursing homes. These are great places to also think about. So I just wanted to add those. And like I said, if you don't have one going on, we are limited on time. Feel free to chip in for any of us that are going to have one going on. We'll post all of that in that catch-all post that I created a little while ago. So just wanted to add that.
Okay, I love that. And we'll also make a thread. So, because I see in the chat where everyone's giving all these different ideas, things that maybe Rachel and I don't even know about, like CASA, all kinds of things. And so we want to prepare now for the fall, because we're also going to have another buddy drive in the fall, winter. This is really great practice for those of you who are new to the buddy drive. The call to action for tonight is to join a buddy drive. Anna's, myself, Rachel's, I'll also post my address. The goal is, and you might say, oh my gosh, you guys asked us to do, parties. And yeah, this is part of the business. And you can treat this like a party. And your goal, the call to action, is to attach to a buddy drive. And it doesn't matter, it could be your own, but attached to one. This would be easier because it's already set up. Your goal is 17 buddies, because 17 buddies would come out to 350 PRV, which means free shipping. And then you might say, oh, I'm collecting $20, but what about the taxes? Well, what I do is I will use a portion of the free product credit to add a buddy, and then that gets them the buddy, and it also absorbs the taxes. So that way you're not coming out of pocket for this, okay? So that is the call to action tonight, is attached to a buddy drive, and you're gonna consider it like a party. And you can already make a party link on your workstation that says buddy drive. Dayton or Baton Rouge, Louisiana, whichever one you're attaching it to. And the other thing is the code word for tonight. I'm looking at a picture of a lion. It's going to be Lion Buster. So if you're watching the replay, you need to message your SSD, Rachel, myself, or Anna with Lion Buster, okay? The last thing I wanted to say is Lacey said that they are going to run this Buddy Bonanza through the summer. I'm like, how many more buddies are there? But I'll reconfirm, but I think that there was a question on one of our leadership pages and she's like, oh yeah, we're taking this through the summer. So
Awesome.
yeah, so I'm excited. That's why we were like, you know what, we're taking ours to the end of SFR, and after SFR, we're going to make our delivery. So just FYI there. I think we covered everything else that we could think of. Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in. We had a nice crowd tonight. We reached over 40, so almost, 40, 50% here. We will let you guys know next week. I will let you know the room location for SFR, because I know that we have some hyper planners that want to have their agenda set up. I've already emailed Hope. So once we get a room reserved for us, there will be some fun surprises. So you'll want to make sure you graduate. And what was the other thing? I think that, oh, listen, Linda. We're going to have at least a couple of more special guests. We're not going to tell you right now, but we will make an announcement once we get confirmation from the big guests as we start closing the Build It Better program that we have going on. You won't want to miss it. So make sure that you stay tuned, turn on the notifications for this group. But Anna, Rachel, and I are really working hard to make this group special and also to reward all of us for showing up and putting in the work, okay? All right, I think that's it, Rachel, right? We got it all?
I think that's it. I'm double checking to make sure we do not have anything, any other questions, but I think that is it. One other thing though is I know that in the What to Expect, we had a huge LTO that's coming for the rest of the month that has not came out yet, that I would assume is being dropped tomorrow. So make sure that you're paying attention to the news tab tomorrow, that you don't miss that, because that can be a game changer for your business this weekend if you utilize it. If it's still coming, of course, we never really know, but I would assume with 626 Monday. So stay tuned and make sure that you are watching that news tab tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be the mega of all LTO megas. So y'all stay tuned.
Oh yeah. And I know that a little reason why it's great to be an SSD. I know me and Teresa have seen everything included and you don't want to miss it. So it's really, really awesome. You're going to be hyped. So, all right, guys. Well, we are proud of you for being here and proud of you for watching the playback. And we will get that post is up for week 8 and we will get you guys that in any details as soon as we possibly can.
Yes. Good night,
right,
everyone.
guys. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.